my biobank. So indeed FAP patients are very interesting because they can learn a lot. Well, we also have patients with many other kinds of polyps. Usually this is a very heterogeneous picture, but we have patients with hyperplastic polyps, with all these polyps that I've just been talking to you in the different definitions, but also with adenomas. And we'll come back in the very end to the diagnosis, and we should not miss it. But I would like to stress that also these patients help us in understanding other than traditional pathways to cancer. And indeed, these patients with serrated polyposis syndrome do have an increased risk of developing colorectal cancer as opposed to patients without these polyps. And this has been published by several groups, and these patients can help us understand the picture better. So this is a review that James Easton and I wrote together on this pathway, and I think not everything is very clear yet, and that's what we state in this small paper. But what we do think is that sessile serrated polyps / adenoma is the precursor for microsatellite unstable cancer, but also stable cancer through a pathway by BRAF mutation and zinc methylation and other specific molecular changes. However, whether a proper hyperplastic polyp is even a precursor for sessile serrated adenoma, we don't actually even know. That's what we think, but the evidence is still scarce in really explaining the whole pathway. But in the end, we do believe that these polyps are a precursor for cancer. I think, and that's what has been already discussed this morning, and I think it couldn't be highlighted less, that these polyps are not recognized well, and that means if you don't see them, you don't treat them. And besides that, so that means that, but probably endoscopists do not detect them because they don't see them. But also if they do see them, they think they're of non-significance, so they don't recognize the potential neoplastic changes in the future. And this is really a problem in interpreting all data. Recently, quite a lot of papers have come into the literature on old databases showing how many serrated polyps were detected, and it's difficult because if the endoscopist is not aware of the potential malignant capacity of these polyps, they won't detect them, but also won't report on them. So it might even be possible that they have seen them, but just not reported and not resected. So I think most of the literature, if there was not a proper